Hopefully they're in the right spot now. There's the whole pot.
Oh my God, right there.
Welcome back to my channel, where I do things I really didn't think I would ever have the opportunity or chance to do, but the Lord blesses us in many ways. So stay tuned, stay stoked. This is going to be a sweet video. We're in Costa Rica shooting big yellowfin. Peace! All right, let's go back to the beginning, because I'd like to say that we just went out there, found the tunas and dolphins, and just got in the water and shot one. But that is not at all how this went.
All right, so we're getting ready. We've been bill fishing for a while. The bite's slowed down, it's hot. Everyone's getting frustrated. So we started trolling towards the tuna grounds, which are about 20 miles from where we sailfish. We're about 13 miles now, so I'm just kind of getting everything ready. This is my first time ever tuna diving. So we have a lot of stuff, a lot of big gear. Our dive gear, gun, float lines, and our buoys. So these are our two buoys. So your first line buoy and your second line buoy. Listen, I could be completely wrong with names and stuff. I know what it does, that's all that really matters. Two buoys. This is what's gonna stop, once I shoot a fish, this is what's gonna stop from taking on my line. This is what's gonna put weight on it and let us bring it back up. This is what's gonna be attached to my gun and my sling. My gun and my spear, my shaft, so that when the tuna takes my shaft, he takes all this. This is gonna be attached to that, and that's what's gonna stop him from just diving straight to the bottom and just taking everything that I own. This was given to us by a guy in the marina who does this for a charter. I'll link his charter in the description. Thank you, we really appreciate it. Hopefully you get all your gear back. These have nothing to do with it. This is just our dive bags. So I'm gonna go through our dive bags and get everything ready to go. I gotta get my mask out. We have big long fins. When you're pelagic diving like this, you need, well, really any free diving where you're shooting fish, you need big fins like this so you can really get a good push. These fins are longer than you've seen probably scuba fins or snorkel fins because you use less effort to get farther and we're lighter. With scuba fins, they're short because you want to be really stiff because you have to push all the way to your BC and your dive weight and all that. So these are longer. These are freediving fins. We got to get these out. We also have snorkel, mask, booties. Some people need Vaseline if you have a mustache. More booties. And then to help you get down, a dive belt. So it depends on how much you weigh, on how much weight you wear. Some people wear more. I wear less, especially pelagic diving, because you really aren't just getting too deep. You're just breaking the surface where the tunas are, and then you're shooting them from there. So maybe anywhere from 10 to 60 feet to get there. The water is probably going to be 300 foot, so you're never going to see the bottom. You're not going to have any idea what's down there.
All right, this is editing Dawson real quick. I just wanted to put this in perspective. 4,000 feet. Didn't really realize how deep that was. So I did some research because I'm a professional. 4,000 feet is equal to stacking the Empire State Building, which is 1,250 feet, the Eiffel Tower, which is 984 feet, the Washington Monument, which is 555 feet, the Pyramid of Giza, which is 455 feet, and the Statue of Liberty, which is 305 feet, all on top of each other. But instead of it being tall, that's how much water is underneath you. So think, right? You swim. All of those things are underneath you. But wait, I got more. Daylight is absorbed at 3,300 feet. So that's 700 feet deeper than daylight. Right? This is called the midnight zone. Brother, I'm sorry, what? So, perspective, you on top, very scary fish underneath you. 4,000 feet. There's not much that lives at 4,000 feet. I'll give you an example of what does live at 4,000 feet. Here. 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 Yeah, that's below you. While you're frolicking on top of the water shooting tunas, those things are living below you. All right, back to the video.
This is my dive knife. It's gonna be strapped to my leg. Just in case that gets caught around me, I don't wanna go down with the tuna. So take this, pop it out, you can cut the line, cut any line that gets around you, or you can bleed and gut a fish before you get it back on the boat. It's pretty much everything. We have a couple more things that we need to get ready. I gotta defog my mask, and then we actually have to find them. It started with us getting on the boat early in the morning, shooting out the marina, passing a lot of beautiful wave breaks that my wife just would have died to be on, asking a bunch of different locals where they've seen the bait, where they've seen the tuna, and looking and looking and looking some more until we found a school that had a bunch of sport fish on it and a bunch of people fishing it, which is not a great thing for someone trying to shoot fish, because every time that these sport fish go around in circles, they push the tuna all the way down to places that I can't get to. So guess what? We went and started looking again until we found the perfect school, or so we thought. To explain the process real quick, basically run out here, run around for a while, look for birds. Once we find the birds and the spinners and they're diving and they're blowing up and they're spinning, doing their thing, well, hopefully there's tunas with them. There'll be kind of intermittently tunas here and there. And the only problem we have right now is getting in front of them. Tunas are quick, so we get in front of them. That's so cool. It's sorry, distracting. We get in front of them, we jump in. I mean, we fly up to the school, we jump in, and the spinners should pass us, and then the tuna should be right behind them. But right now, it's just not happening. We just got a good shot. I'll show you right here that all the spinners passed us and not a single tuna. I went down, looked around, stayed on top. People say spinners, you go down, I believe, and speckled, you stay up, and it should be right behind them. But we got both here, and we've seen a few tunas. We need to see a lot. So the worst part about this wasn't even that we weren't seeing a lot of tunas. Sorry, in-person Dawson, but editing Dawson is speaking. We're seeing a lot of tunas. We're just seeing them out of the water. And what I mean by that is when tunas eat bait, they skyrocket out of the water on these baits. So we're seeing them everywhere. They're just not staying up on top of the water like we need to be in distance to where we can shoot them. So we did what any sane fisherman would do while a Cat 5 hurricane, or what it looked like, was coming at us. We put rods in the water, started trolling around, and within, I mean probably 30 seconds, the rod was... I'm totally kidding. I would not do that to you guys. That's wild. Pink rod, pink bell. What's that, Dick? You're not a real man unless you fish with a pink rod and a pink bell. Right? Not to cut things short, but we gaffed this guy, get him in the boat, celebrate, thinking, awesome, let's get one more, and then let's get back in the water. And this happens. Within minutes, we put the rods back out, and Mad's like, I got this one. She straps the belt on, we get the rod strapped to her, and it's game on. Not knowing how big this fish was, we started off just taking it easy, but turns out we found out really quickly this fish was much bigger than mine, and we fought this thing for a long time. Whole trip. I want to work out.
All the progress.
Carlos filleting a big one behind her. What, the dive gear? I'm gaffing it.
It starts to get slippery, man. Don't you know? Wet. See that hump?
Yeah.
Got it here. Back.
You can see me look in the water here, and oh boy, was I wrong. I was looking for this fish thinking, man, he's somewhere around here. We've got a lot of progress, but wow, was I wrong. Maddie fought this fish for a good solid 20 or 30 minutes and finally said, you know what, I can't do it anymore. My friggin' back's hurting and this fish is beating the crap out of me. So she handed it over to me. You know, I said, I got this. No big deal. Pull it up just like the last one.
Look at the bend.
Wow. Again, very wrong. This fish humbled me quick. The first 10 minutes, I was like, I don't need a belt. Put the belt on. The second 10 minutes, I was like, I don't need the back straps. Wrong again. I put the back straps on and strapped in for a fight of my life.
We've been going at it for about 25 minutes now.
Costa Rica,
20 minutes later.
Yeah, you're good. Move. Yep, good. Move.
After a lot of yelling and a lot of words exchanged that probably shouldn't have been exchanged, 2 gaffs, and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. Literally blood. My dad got gaffed in the leg on accident, but he's fine. It was just a little bit. Point is, we got this fish in the boat, and after this, my back was hurt.
Are you kidding me? Yeah.
After a quick photo op, we got our pictures, we got this fish cleaned, and I say this.
Next time, shooting. I want to get in the water and shoot one, but for right now, I can't complain.
Yeah, he wants 2.425 net, he said. Is that right?
Is he heavy?
40 minutes after fighting that fish, or 40 minutes of fighting that fish, a lot of rain, and half still in my dive gear. I just dropped my dive knife and my weight belt, but my back's on fire. I want to go home and eat tuna. No, but seriously, we were going to try to get back in the water, I think. Like Maddie said, it's slicked out, so it's pretty flat calm now. The only problem is we just have to kind of find the birds again, which can be difficult when you fought a fish for 40 minutes and it just kind of did circles, because tunas just do this under the boat. So it's not like any other fish that just runs and takes you away. They kind of just stay in the same spot and do circles. But we got them in. We'll show you the big fillets and we'll show you the process of that. But sorry for all the GoPro footage. We couldn't really bring out the nice camera and the nice mics when it's pouring down raining. So stay tuned. We might get in the water again and try to shoot another one. But that has been the most difficult thing I've ever done, I think, to try to shoot a tuna. I got in and saw 3 just shooting around, but they were only about 20 pounders and I couldn't get a shot on them. They were just zooming. They're not really feeding on bait balls. They're feeding on little flying fish. So they just kind of come up from the depths, shoot out of the water, eat one, and then go back down and then never be seen again. So we'll just kind of pick and choose where we go and what we do next, but we got enough tuna for now.
You can see in this next clip, the tuna that's still here shows that everything that happened next happened really, really, really fast. My dad was talking to me and he was like, hey, I got some spinners off my bow. Let's do one last hoorah. Go run around for a little bit and try to get in front of them and get you in on some. After that, I get all my gear on. I get on the back of the boat. I'm staring at the water, staring at my fins, staring at the gun in my hand, and I'm just saying to myself, I just need one opportunity. While I'm thinking this, there's this little voice in my head that I like to think is the Holy Spirit. And he's saying, listen, dude, patience is key here. So that's what we did. Patience. We were driving around, making sure we were patient on looking for the right school, the right time, and the right moment. It's at that time I hear my dad say, everybody in the water, everybody in the water. I jump in the water, Maddie jumps in the water, and we're off. Looking past the 400 spinner dolphins and everything else that's squeaking and cracking and rattling at me, I'm trying to focus in, and I look down to see what I think is just a glimpse of yellow.
Wow. Sucks to be right.
Because from this point on, it truly was just the beginning of the fight. The hardest part was obviously finding these tuna, getting to them, shooting them, landing a shot, a good holding shot, which is what, at this time, I had no idea if I had done. I mean, I blacked out. I was down there with all those tuna, looking around at the dolphin, and this giant just swims straight up to me. And at the time, I didn't know it was a giant. When you're in 4,000 feet of water, you have no reference of what is giant and what is not. So I get in front of it, I place the shot, let the shaft fly, and I swim back to the top, stoked. But then I think to myself, oh wow, this truly is just the beginning of this fight. So in this next clip, this is 3 times the speed of normal time. It towed us 2.5 miles, and it took us an hour and a half to get this fish in the boat. Yes, this was my first time landing a fish like this, and especially a fish of this size, so I didn't know how hard I was supposed to fight this fish. I didn't know if I was supposed to just pull it up. You'll see me do multiple dives in these next few clips. This is me going down, trying to see if I can even see the fish, if it's 100 feet down, if it's 20 feet down.
Right now we're just
But
being pulled
here's
by a
Maddie
tuna.
explaining what we're doing.
We have him on, the shaft's in him, and we have the buoy attached. So now pretty much what Dawson's doing is pulling the line through that little hoop that's on the buoy. And so we're pretty much trying to tug of war with a yellowfin right now. This is so much fun.
Oh, and I'm back for some more commentary. Like I said, like Maddie explained, I have the secondary buoy attached to the line, and I'm slowly just unclamping that clamp and pulling line through, just capturing progress the whole time. Inch by inch. Sometimes when he'd come up, he would kind of come to the surface. You could get a couple feet, but every once in a while, he would just take some also. So it was just progress, progress, progress. And like Maddie said, like fishing, you lose progress. Capture progress, lose progress. This, what I'm doing right here, is I'm going down, like I said in the first clip, and I'm just trying to see, can I put a second holding shot in this fish? I'm obviously freaking out. I don't know if it's an amazing holding shot, if it's in the tail. It's obviously not a stone shot because this fish fought us and towed us a while. So I'm trying to get a second shaft into this fish just to really secure, and if I can, stone this fish to make it easy.
So you get the jolt of energy, and then we'll lose a little bit of ground. It's kind of like fishing, but he still has a lot of strength in him.
All right, at this point, you can see we've reached the black line, which is the second to last line. After this, it's mono, and that's what's wrapped around your gun. Now I know that this fish is at least, and I totally could be wrong here, 40 feet down. You know, I from where I am right now, I can't see this fish. But when I go about 10 to 15 feet down, you can just catch a glimpse of the dark, dark outline of this fish. And like I said, at this point, I have no idea how big this fish is. So here's me swimming down to go put a second holding shot in this fish. So I swam down, I took my shot, second shot was right in the head, fish was stoned immediately. I come back up, I tell everybody, dead fish. I'm so fired up. This next clip is me going down there and actually really putting together how big this fish is. I grab my dive knife off my leg, go down there and bleed and stone this fish one more time just to make sure, because I don't know about you, but I'm not a huge fan of 130-pound tuna wrapping around me, even if I think it's stoned. I just want to double, triple check and make sure when I'm bringing this tuna up, he doesn't come back to life. A funny note is, this is the point where I started to realize that when fish aren't swimming, they're sinking. So if I stop swimming, I start sinking. So I realized quickly that I wanted to get these photos and get out of the water, because I, along with the fish and 2 shafts and my dive knife and all my gear on me, kept sinking. So I had to tread water here to constantly keep this fish floating and not to sink back to the bottom.
It's huge.
Can I undo him? Can I undo him? Or? Yeah.
Just for reference. That's my hand.
All right, so got him in the boat. Just finished my dream of shooting a yellowfin tuna. Thanks to everybody involved, especially my dad for bringing us out here and getting this gun and getting us in the right place. And thank you for the guy. I'll get his name and everything, but I'll link him in the bio. But to the guy who lent us all the gear to do it, I really, truly didn't think it would ever be possible. I was kind of just thinking, oh, that'd be cool one day in my life, but we had some things go wrong on some other ones. Some bands got tangled up. This got wrapped wrong, but it was the Lord was saying, you don't want that one. And then I finally got a shot on this one after many of jumping in the water and not seeing anything. I caught a glimpse of this guy coming down. There was about 100 of them around me. And I just picked this dude, shot him right in the top, went all the way through. And for the past, I don't know, how long do you think that took us to get him after we shot it? Probably an hour of just slowly, you'll see it on the GoPro footage, just slowly getting him up. Just because I didn't know how good the shot placement was. So I just wanted to make it nice and slow. And our estimated is 122 pounds. He's a 61 inch length and a 41 inch girth. We'll get some better shots in a second, but I have a hard time holding him up. How big this tuna is. I'm about 5'11". I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you I'm 6 foot. I'm not. And you can see this dude, I couldn't have dreamed for anything more. Beyond blessed, seriously. I'm not trying to make a big stink about it, but I'm almost in tears. It's so exciting.
All right, after that, Carlos filleted up the fish. Giant loins coming from this fish. That's what you call basically the backstrap of a tuna. Big loins. Took them home, back to the place we were staying at in Costa Rica. Vacuum sealed everything, froze it overnight, and in the morning packed it up, flew home with it, and we've been enjoying it ever since.
Shout out to Carlos, our mate. Absolutely filleted every one of these tuna we caught. Could not have done this without him. And he's still going hard. We were running 40 knots home, and he's back here filleting. He's gonna get bigger.
All right, that's it. That's the end of the video. I appreciate you guys coming and watching, staying and watching. If you really did make it this far, please drop me some sort of comment just saying whatever you want. I just want to know that people are here and finish the video. If you did, I truly appreciate it. I know this is a long video, but it's not even half of the footage I got. But I wanted to really capture the main part of it, which would be tuna fishing, throwing poppers and stuff, but that just didn't work out this trip. But the one thing we were going for did work out. So that's all I can say is thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying tuned. Thank you to the Lord for giving me this opportunity to be blessed enough to shoot a giant stud. I am fired up, and I am fired up for the next videos to come. I'm going to try to stay on. I had a little change of pace in life, so I will be getting some more videos out hopefully soon. I got Ginu fishing. I got snook fishing. I got some diving I want to do. There's a little bit of everything coming soon, so please, please hit the subscribe button only if you want to. If you don't, I don't care. Okay, it's not gonna make me cry at night, all right? I'll see you soon. Peace.